Hi everybody, you're here with me, Jen the Taxidermy Witch. I'm so happy to be live and filming. I have had such a slow morning. I had some really weird sleep last night. And in my dream last night, which I record in my dream diary, I was walking through all these various hallways of mirrors. And I couldn't, hey Bone Whisperer, how are you honey? And I was walking through these halls of mirrors, and every time I looked at the mirror, it wasn't me. But the thing that I saw I'm getting tingles all over my arm. The thing that I saw in the mirror was my true self, and I don't know how to explain it, and I don't want to cry because I just did my makeups. Hi, I see everybody who's here. Hey Donna, I haven't seen you in the chat before. Welcome. Hey Becky, how are you, sweetie? Did you just order juniper berries from me? Organic juniper berries? Thank you so much for the support on Etsy. My Etsy's below. If you need any herbs, just ask, because I have so many things to share with you guys, but they're just not listed on Etsy. Just ask anything you want. Hello to Tracy. Hello to Debbie. Hello to Justin. Hello to Brenda. Hello to Bone Whisperer, Magical Mandy, Spirit Moon, Saffron Witch, Raven Song. Thank you for all your support, you guys. Jeez Louise. Heavenly Subliminals, Ashley Boo. Look at all these books we have to cover. Right now in the US, it's Tuesday and it's 12:49. So I have this dream, and I'm walking in all these hallways and mirrors, and it wasn't like a fun house type thing. It was like more of like an astral type thing. Like these are the hallways, like in Beetlejuice or something. You know, in Beetlejuice when the hallways are just like weird and Tim Burton-y. It was kind of like that. And you know, in Willy Wonka, for claustrophobic people, they know this. In Willy Wonka, when the room starts to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and then there's just a tiny door and everybody's like this, how many of you does that just like, eat at your soul and crush it? So having this dream about mirrors 1 to 2 days after I had a request for the video, I'm going to do it. And I've done a video on mirrors before, but it was just a chapter out of one of these books that we read, and I believe that was Magical Household. So I've done another video on mirrors. If you search Taxidermy Witch mirrors or Witchcraft mirrors, you'll find me. But I'm going to do the ultimate video today. I went through all of my Witchcraft books this morning, which took about 2 hours. Between highlighting and finding each page from the index, it takes about 2 hours to prepare for these videos. So, that was my morning. And, you know, since I work from home, I'm able to pick what day is my weekend, you know? And so when I have my daughter over the weekend, that's kind of like my working week, and then when I'm alone, that's kind of like my weekend. Hello to Lunchbox who's here. What's up, folks? So we're going to talk about mirrors. And do you guys have any guesses or any interpretations for that dream I had? The room wasn't getting smaller, but it was just kind of like off, and when I walked, it felt like it wasn't solid ground. It was just kind of marshy. And it was difficult to walk through this hall of mirrors. And so I'm trying to, you know, say, well, I don't have a dream on interpretation. Portal? Absolutely. We're going to read about mirrors as portals in here. One thing that brought up the video request was, did you know, if you have a mirror, do you see where my window is here? That's an outside wall, okay? Behind me is also an outside wall, but this way is the bathroom. So if I have a mirror on my bathroom walls, like I do, those mirrors go toward the bathroom. They're beside my bed. They're not portals, but if you set a mirror on this wall that goes toward the outside, that can act as a portal. And so you really want to be careful with the, like, magical feng shui, if you will, of how to set things up. Hello to Olivia! Going through a major shift in self-perception would make sense. Yes, and right now you guys know that I'm going through a separation in the marriage, and so just starting my new life and trying to, yeah, I'm looking at my bigger things that I know I can't put in the trailer that I want, that I'm envisioning and manifesting, and they're worth quite a bit of money. So I'm trying to figure out how I can let those go so that I can bring my dream in. Sometimes we have to let go of things that are really precious to us, like things, and thank them for their time, but move on. Like I have a mannequin, her name's Delilah, somewhere from the early 70s, and she showed up in the show Friends And you can't find her anywhere, but me and a girlfriend, Tess, who's here on the channel, are doing some research. We think she's worth between $10,000 to $25,000. And she's a full-size mannequin, and she was for a department store. Anyway, you can only find them in the small version, and I found her at a yard sale for $96. Well, it was $100, but we only had 96, so what are you gonna do? Oh, we? No, we means me. We means me. It was just me. I'm a Gemini, so I often refer to myself as we. It's just, yeah. So, Illusion. Hi, Jackie. How are you? Uncle Badger's here. Yay. Are you going tiny house? I want to. I really want to, Bone Whisperer Hex. I want to go tiny house, go all over the U.S. with, like, a truck on a trailer. I want to either get a vintage trailer, like, from the 60s with, like, you know, the mint appliances and all that stuff, because you can find them and they're awesome. And I want to make my channel like a traveling channel where I come to people's houses and I help them with their witchcraft or set up their studios or other things. Hi, Drougler, how are you? And I want to do things like that. So I'm selling off my bigger things that I've kept for so long in my life that I know I can't keep in a trailer or a tiny house. But my dream is to have a tiny house on a trailer and then take it around and do my stuff. And it's just such a cool dream, and I'm going to make it happen. You know, there's no way that I'm not going to let it happen. I'm just going to work and work and work and work and work. I can picture you living in a witch cottage. Right! What if we made a tiny house that looked really witchy? Not like gingerbread, but just very gothic, maybe very... So I'm going to take my time and make that over the next 2 years and just try and really, really build it. My brother just built a tiny house, all on his own. So I have the help, and I know that my brother loves a project. This is my brother, the artist. So as long as I can get the funds, I have the help. So I'm trying really hard to make, you know, Etsy sales and do Patreon videos. Those are all in the links below. But thanks, Bone Whisperer. I can picture myself in a tiny cottage, too. Walls closing in sounds like Alice in Wonderland. Right! Right! It was just everything was getting smaller, and I was too big for it. Hey, Insane Paranormal, Sherry Bug D, Ember's Lights here, Olivia. Yay! Okay, so I want to make sure to say hi to everybody. Yes, a witch cabin on wheels. I mean, I think that would be an attractive channel. It's not like I want to grow huge because I want more friends. You guys totally suffice. Right now I have 28 people and I've been on for 7 minutes. Like, I'm super happy with that. And that at this point is a little bit of an overload, but you guys, I love you so much. And I love that you talk to each other on the chat. So, we're interested in mirrors, yes. Let's start talking about them because I know that some people are tuning into this video later on just to talk about mirrors, and right now we're talking about me and my life. You could be the road warrior. Right, Uncle Badger, but I need someone to be with me. I can't do it alone. It's not safe to do it alone. So I need someone with me, and I need to have a little bit of a bigger trailer. That's fine. Or a tiny house with 2 beds. That's fine. And I don't want this person to be my lover. I want this person to be my best friend. Like, somebody we can do everything together with. And I want to go around the US and Canada and make this happen. So that's where we're trying to go, and I don't know which book we should read from first. I usually go smallest to biggest within the books, just because, like, that's how my brain works. But I feel like we should not do the sex spells first. Is there any children in the chat? If there's any children, I'll wait on the sex spells. Hi, Amethyst and Heather Foley! It's been a while since I've seen you. I love you and I miss you. Is it okay if we do sex spells for the mirror first, just because it's the smallest book on the top? You guys let me know. So it's about mirrors, but the first part it comes up is in sex spells. Jackie T's here. How are you, honey? If Fire Fairy came out in your mirror and you put it away. Insane says, yes, sure. Is it alright, you guys? There's no children here, right? Not that it, like, it depends on how you raise your kids, but I mean, you know. This book does get pretty graphic sometimes, but I don't think it's going to be here. Let's see. So we have a mirror magic spell. And this book is just called this. Sex Spells by Stella Dumania. That's a pretty cool name. Hey! I want to say hello to you, but I want to get your name right. Michelle Moon. Hi, honey, how are you? You're full-time in your RV and your husband and you live in a 38, and you also have a 1671 vintage trailer that I've been working on. That's so cool. I love the late 50s through early 60s, but it's so hard to get one that doesn't leak, that doesn't have problems. So if my brother, and I haven't talked to him yet because I haven't seen him in a while, if my brother's down, and I think he might be down because he finished his tiny house like 6 or 7 months ago and he's just been chilling in it. I think he might want to work on this project with me, so we'll see. Alright, so mirror magic spell. Another method of getting to know yourself is by using a mirror. We may have all gazed intently at our faces from time to time, but how well do we know the rest of our bodies? And is the physical body the only thing to be seen in the mirror? This working is best done with plenty of time and no interruptions. First, prepare your room as though you were expecting to entertain. Clean, tidy up, light incense and candles, make up the bed with clean sheets, prop a mirror where you can see yourself in it from the pillow. Next, prepare yourself as though you were going out on the town. A bath, perfume, makeup, outfit, and perhaps even a glass of champagne. Return to your room and lie on the bed, then glance over at the mirror and see yourself staring back. Take in the fix of your face, the tilt of your nose, the shade of your skin, the movement of your hair. Moving only your eyes, cover this familiar territory until you can close your eyes and still see features. Start to cover the rest of your body. How are your arms held? Do they support you? Can you see your waist? Do you bend at your knees? How do you position your feet? And so on. Raise from the bed and remove one layer of clothing. Then return to the same position on the bed. Begin to let your eyes roam and see how you feel with one less layer. Do you feel exposed? Has your posture changed? Continue removing the layers, leaving as long as you can bear it between layers. Explore your physical presence along with your inner feelings. Do they reflect each other? Do you use clothing as a disguise? That's a really good question. Do you use clothing as a disguise? When all the layers are removed, try to remain in the same position as long as possible to enable you to overcome the usual urges to clothe and cover up, and to allow you the time to get to know your whole self. Do you still see the same you in those eyes in the mirror? And I've been doing that. I've been looking into my eyes for long periods of time for the last 2 years. And it's really difficult if any of you have actually tried to look into your own eyes in a mirror for a long period of time. And I would love to hear your comments on that. And we should probably do a video about that. It's a big topic. Do you still see the same you in those eyes in the mirror? Can you begin to see the magician within you staring back? When you feel this time is right, stand directly in front of the mirror and look into the eyes of the reflection and say, I love you. You should say I love you to yourself over and over as much as you can. I'm breaking into the book and doing a little commentary. This practice is so, so powerful, to look into your own eyes in a mirror and tell you, all right, Debbie, I love you, honey. To tell yourself, I love you so much. I adore you. I adore everything that you do. This is what I say to myself in the mirror. I say, your past is your past, and your future is bright, and you can paint your picture however you want. And you just kind of have your own mantra that you do. But saying I love you to yourself over and over in your eyes in the mirror, it's a huge, huge impact on your true self. And meeting your true self and saying hello and dropping that ego and the subconscious. That sounds narcissistic. What do you mean, Drogler? The book? Or me? Oh, you mean saying I love you to yourself? I don't think that's narcissistic. I think that's paying kindness to yourself and giving self-love and self-appreciation and because I think we all, when we're alone, at times in our life focus on what's wrong and the badness, and that's going to be what we draw in. But if we're saying I love you, I love you, I love you to ourselves, we're going to draw in that positivity. Maybe it sounds narcissistic. This sounds very easy right now, but you might not be able to manage it in the first time. You might only manage a quick furtive glance and an I like you, or you may say it and not mean it. Only you can tell and only you can know how often you will need to repeat this exercise. Used widely, this is a very powerful tool for grounding yourself if you are feeling unsettled or troubled, and it will soon bring you into focus any changes or imbalances within. So, this kind of has like really good little snippets within the book. Yeah, everybody needs self-love for sure. Hey, Uncle Badger, you know those videos that we were talking about doing? I'm just going to do them on the Patreon, I decided, because then we'll just have such a small amount of viewers, and that'll be... We won't get... I woke up with so many hate comments this morning, I was just over it, and I went back to bed. I was like, man, that sucks. Like, it really hits sometimes when people say stuff to you. It's like, where do you come from, and do you get off on this? Because you're breaking nice people's hearts. Oh, okay. Jogler says, I mean, it's not a bad thing to be in love with yourself. And to be in love with yourself, that's probably narcissistic. But just to love yourself and appreciate yourself. Hey, Metalhead Glove Bug Goth. Best name ever. Hey, Lola. How are you, darling? 33 people in the chat and 10 likes. If you're liking this video, please give it a thumbie. Look at this thumbie. It's a garnet. It's a garnet thumb. Give me a garnet thumb if you enjoyed the video. There we go. 12. Woohoo! Keep going. Hello, Red Spirit 17. Hello, saw you on Adam Balan's live. Fantastic. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, I connected with Adam and we are having fun chatting. So that's fantastic. So basically, if you're new to the channel, what we do is we find a topic like mirrors, and then I go through all my books, and I look up all the different section on that topic, and we've got quite a few books, and you hopped in the first part of it, so you're here. That's fantastic. Hello, Olivia. Nina Soul's here. All right, so the next book we're going to read is the book with the most content of all the books. The rest of the books have one or two, a few things. This book... I mean, alright, if you're going to do cottage witchcraft, if you're going to do witchcraft in your house, if you are agoraphobic, if you don't enjoy being off your property, if you... I love outside, and I love nature walks, but I don't like going to town. I don't like riding in the car. I really, really don't like it. I feel uncomfortable. I don't like it. So this book is fantastic, Scott Cunningham's The Magical Household, because... it's all about stuff in the house. Furniture magic, fireplace magic, a little bit of kitchen magic, you know, under the front door workings, all this kind of stuff. So this book is utterly fantastic. House lore, the hearth, furnishings, dreamings, the stove and spoon, bathing and brushing, the indoor garden, furs, fins, and feathers, the mystic garden, the garage, or garage protection, my broom and rag, household purifications, moving, the magical year, house spells, household omens, and portents, the household altar. So there's tons of stuff in here, and it's not long and drawn out. And it's like in small sentences, so we're going to get exactly what we want. Oh, I have used lichen in my craft saffron witch. I have one fresh that I just tried the other day. It's not going to take me long. I'm going to get it. Ha ha! Lichen! Lichen! But these, we have so many here. So if you guys ever want me to go out and pick some lichen for you, we have so many. They're pretty big. This one's kind of looks like a foot in the mud or something. So yeah, I just got that the other day. It was staring at me and I was like, alright, I like you too. So let's read throughout this book and talk about mirrors. Yay. A boot. Totally, it looks like a boot. That's a weird one. Yeah, it's just like brown, kind of dusty. But you'll see all kind of lichen. And I have little tiny ones too. Jen, do you use any black mirrors in your practice? I do! And you know what is so funny? I've watched the show Black Mirror for so long, and then I finally got it. I'm like, Black Mirror, seeing into the future. These are all futuristic videos. It clicked for me and I was like, Jennifer, where has your head been? But I did a DIY video on how to make a black mirror out of just like a glass, like a picture frame type thing from the dollar store. But I would love to get a nice scrying mirror that is like fancy one day. Or make one in my little teeny tiny house. So the first place where this comes up in the book, obsidian, and we're going to talk about that a lot, Red Spirit, when we get down to the crystal gem and metal magic book. Mirrors come up when they talk about obsidian. Yeah, absolutely. Can I make you one and send it to you, please? Yeah, dude, that would be amazingly fan. I would just adore that. So Bone Whisperer Hex on Messenger. I can't say what my name is on Messenger because I just hooked it back up just for Adam B. Because I wanted to communicate with him and he wouldn't Skype, so I hooked up my Messenger. But I don't want to share my name. So you can find me on Skype at Jen the Taxidermy Witch, or on Etsy in the description. You can just message me on Etsy. That's fine. We can share addresses and we can send each other stuff. I would love that, Bone Hex Whisperer. You're so sweet. So the first place this comes up in all of the places is talking about mirrors on page 26, and it says, mirrors are the perfect example of an everyday household furnishing fraught with superstition. Probably the most common belief concerning mirrors is that their breakage causes 7 years bad luck. Whatever the origin of this belief, here are some methods to counteract that curse. So if you break a mirror and you have it stuck in your head that you're going to get 7 years bad luck, guess what? That really, really resonates with the way you think. If you think and say over and over in your head, oh my God, they're coming for me, they're coming for me, they're coming for me. Okay, you're helping that happen. If you look the other way and say it the other way, and it's not lying. It's not lying. We just have to do this. You get vintage frames from the thrift stores. That's so beautiful. Like gold scrolly ones and then paint them black, kind of like the ones I have back there. That would be so amazing. I would love that. Let's share some stuff. Bone Whisperer Hex, I would love that. So here are some ways to counteract that 7 years bad luck. If you have it in your head that that's going to curse you in any way, then you're kind of cursing yourself, but it's not your fault because it's just like been drilled into your head. But either way, let's figure out how to counteract that. You can throw salt over your shoulder. What shoulder is it, you guys? Do you know what shoulder it is? I don't know why it's seen as a bad thing. I don't think Scotty discusses it in here. I think that's a folk magic thing that people just said. The left. Heavenly Subliminals, the left. It doesn't say in this book, but I believe it's the left as well. Right. Throw salt over your left shoulder. It just says over your shoulder. Then it says another way is directly after breaking the mirror, turn around 3 times counterclockwise. Turn around 3 times counterclockwise. Hey, you guys, if you watch Orange is the New Black, have you ever seen Voss's tattoo on her left shoulder of a salt shaker being like spilled over the back of her Yeah, and Bone Whisperer Hex says you manifest that bad luck by believing it. You attract the energy you put out. Exactly. And these are the vibrations and the like whole bit of law of attraction, you know, but that just, it's earth energy, it's mind energy, it's that connection between the two. And I want to add this too, like you can really connect with your energies with the earth if you add a bit of yourself to it. A bit of hair, even spit, eyelashes, fingernails. For women, they're moon blood. That's probably the most powerful thing. But you can really connect with the earth and connect with the vibrations when you're saying out loud, I need this, and your DNA is in the ground in the earth. That's a powerful system. That's a powerful system. Salt has 4 letters and left has 4 letters. Absolutely. Thomas, yeah. Okay, another thing you can do to remove the 7 years bad luck is you can burn the mirror, or at least blacken its shards in the flames of a fire. Save the fragments for 1 year and then bury them, and the curse will be counteracted, so you've only had to live through 1 year of bad luck instead of 7. Ooh, you saved yourself 6 years. Okay. Another one you can do is on the first night after breaking the mirror, light 7 white candles and blow them out at midnight with 1 breath. You know? Might be hard with some big tapers in 1 breath. You better really do your breathing exercises. Hold that tidal breath. Another thing you can do is touch a tombstone with a piece of the mirror and the hex will be lifted. That's probably what I would do. to be quite honest, if I was going to use some of this folk magic, or Scotty's magic, I would probably choose to go out to one of my gravestones and ask them to help me and touch it to one of the gravestones. And I know for some people they're like, oh, I'd rather do the other things, but for me this is my choice. Any of these rites can be used, but bear in mind that the curse of the broken mirror is usually a self-created one. What did I say? You know. Before this video, I talked to Scotty. I had a meditation. I talked to Scotty after I did all the research, and Scott Cunningham, right, passed away. And I said, I want you to be with me in this video. I just want us to be together and you flow through me. So we'll see how this goes. Yes, yes, yes. Self-created one. Although viewed with superstition by some, it is generally said that having a large number of mirrors in the home is lucky. This is probably because of the mirror's ability to deflect evil and attract good. Kind of like Florida water! You learned your witchcraft from him? Yeah, I have almost all the Scott Cunningham books. Have you read Whispers of the Moon? It's so hard for me to read. I just start crying, but I'm getting through it. Alright, ideally no mirror should be hung so low that it cuts off the tallest household member's head. So you get the tallest member of the household, and you have them stand when you hang the mirror, because you don't want the mirror to cut off anyone's head in the household. You got it? That's important. That's fantastic. You have a ton of mirrors in your house. Because you feel like they're a bunch of portals. As a solitary witch practitioner, I learned a lot from him, and also Raven. Grimrossi, right? Yeah, we're actually reading... Oh, no. It wasn't in Raven's book. It was in Raymond Buckland's book. So we read a little of Raymond today, too. But I like Raven Grimrossi. Alright, next. If you feel sorrowful for a troubled while home alone, with no one to talk to and no apparent way out of your blue mood, stand before a mirror and gaze into your eyes. Your anxiety should disappear. So if you're having anxiety, a panic attack, you're being sorrowful or troubled or feeling alone, go into a mirror and gaze into your own eyes, and your anxiety should disappear. That's beautiful. That's some self-healing, if I've ever heard it. Now, Bone Whisperer Hex, do you have this book of Magical Household? It's so useful. It's just so useful. Okay, so next it comes up on page 33. Fantastic. One of my favorite numbers. And it's talking about dreaming. It's in the chapter of dreaming. And it says, the Chinese add a beam or visible rafter in the ceiling over a bed. This will prevent sleep and may even cause sickness in the house's qi. So it is blocked directly above a helpless person. If you happen to have a beam over your bed, you can move your bed and rest easily. So if you have a beam, get your bed out of the direction of it. This book goes into magical feng shui. It's absolutely fantastic. You can move your bed and rest easily. If this position isn't desirable, nothing mandatory in magic, install a small mirror on the beam or the ceiling overhead to allow the energy to What I was saying was, if there is a beam over your bed, which when I'm looking up, there's a beam on my bed. There's like a little, I don't know if you'd consider it a beam, but it's like a big, little thick, I don't know. So I'm going to go up there and put a small, like, compact mirror. You can get compact mirrors at the dollar store, and you can just place them on wherever to make a little portal to have that mystical energy escape, the negative energies escape. Now, you can install a small mirror on the beam or the ceiling overhead to allow the energy to mystically escape through the mirror. You might get some strange looks having a mirror above your bed, and maybe that's where it comes from. Maybe where that whole sexual thing with the mirror above the bed, maybe that's where that comes from originally, and then it turned out to be a benefit. I don't know. You might even get strange looks, though, so consider the alternative. Hang 2 hollow flutes or pieces of bamboo. I've got bamboo. each open at both ends to the beam itself. This helps siphon away the excess power. So if you don't have a mirror, this is great information right here. If you don't have a mirror, you can use bamboo with 2 hollow ends, with a hollow end on each side. So that's Book of Shadows information right there. You can make a little substitute portal with 2 pieces of bamboo. And I think that's the flow of in and out and in and out. That it has to have that flow, I think. So next it comes up on page 36, and it says, a small mirror attached to the headboard will reflect any ill that may come near your sleeping body. I should put a mirror on my witch's ladder that's above my bed, because I don't have a headboard. I will do that. Because it will come near your sleeping body as a clyamine or hoaxa and wax plant. You can put a hoaxa or wax plant in the bedroom if you can't hang a mirror on the headboard, if somebody thinks that's like weird or something. Alright, so now we're on to page, it says so much in this book about mirrors. 40, where it says, find a small mirror, sturdy mirror, preferably a round one. Ask a question as you place the mirror beneath your pillow at night. Ooh, I like this. Just as the mirror reflects this world, so too does it reflect the future. Look for its message in your dreams. I just had a great idea. I just had a great idea. So you're making a dream pillow. You know, and dream pillows go underneath your good pillow. You know, you have this dream pillow that's like yay big, about the size of your head, a little bit bigger. And I can make dream pillows that are just a little pricey. And you sew in mirrors, reflecting from the inside up toward your head. And so you know which side is which, because maybe you sew in a pattern on the upside. And you stuff it with mugwort, and you stuff it with wormwood for spiritual communication. Remember when I thought that this absinthe mugwort, which is wormwood, was mugwort? I made a dream pillow out of it. That's why my spiritual communication has been going through the roof. I just thought mugwort was so flickin' powerful until we did the research and figured out, oh, Pete's sakes, you know. But thank God we know what it is, because we've got so much going on with the wormwood right now. So wormwood and mugwort pillow with a mirror sewn on the inside, and maybe some lavender for sleep, or other spiritual herbs like dandelion, maybe some feathers inside of the pillow for like astral travel, astral projection. Message me on Etsy if you want any of these custom orders. We can do it. So that's a good way to reflect the future. Look for messages in your dreams. So if you have that dream pillow with the round mirror on the inside, it will be reflecting your dreams. Reflecting your future. Okay, next on page 59 it says I love this part. Okay. This is for girls and boys. I know a lot of boys that wear cosmetics, and I'm not saying like, you know, whatever. This is fantastic for anyone. Cosmetics may be used in a truly magical rite to change your appearance. If you wish to carry a different face, stand before the mirror and concentrate on altering your face while applying makeup. Now, I'm going to stop here and talk about what I thought when I read that sentence before I went on with the reading. Because if you're going to truly use your intuition, you're going to not fully do the reading. You're going to kind of interpret with your intuition as you go. Your first ideas, your first thoughts, like, ooh, you can really take off one small idea. Scott Cunningham is just giving us little sentences, and they're almost like workings in themselves. And it's up to us to make them our own, and to create them to be our own, and make them original to us. Because if I did everything just like Lady Gravedancer did, it wouldn't work as well as it does for me when I'm changing things up and adding things and saying my own incantations and making it my own. So you apply your eyeliner, and you say to yourself out loud while you're doing this, this eyeliner is going to make people look into my eyes and respect me. When you apply your lips, you say, this lipstick is going to help with my communication and my speech and open up my throat chakra. Okay? And maybe you put your foundation on and you say, My whole face will help me to get where I mean, I'm just making this up as I go. You're putting your earrings in and you're saying, these earrings are helping me with this, you know. Brushing your hair, you know, adding hairspray, whatever you do. But I think with the eye makeup and the lips especially, you can really enchant what you're doing there. And take these little ideas, up to a whole new level. So let me find out where I was at. So, if you wish to carry a different face, stand before the mirror and concentrate on altering your face while applying the makeup. This is a form of self-fascination that with practice can be mastered by anyone. And I think that children do this intuitively on their own. Like when teenagers are getting into makeup and they're applying it, it's a simple glamour ritual of self-loving, absolutely. But I think that when you put on your makeup, you can also put on your makeup to glamour other people, right? When they look into my eyes, they're going to, what do you want? Do you want them to see you as a sexual being? Okay. Do you want them to respect you as a coworker? Okay. When you're applying your makeup, make that clear for that day. Okay. These are little things that you can do every single day. Don't we put on makeup most days? If you put on makeup, you can do it as you wash your face, as you wash parts of your face if you don't wear makeup. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be makeup. You can do this with just your hands. You can hold your hands over your eyes with Eye-Bright. You can hold some communication herbs over your mouth while you say things or whisper things into them. Mojo bags, you know. All these are good ideas. When you apply makeup, don't see your face in the mirror. Visualize the face you wish to wear. Each time you look in the mirror, see your new visage. I don't know what that word means, but others may notice your changed appearance, but may not be able to explain it. Smile sweetly and keep your secret. This technique can be used to improve your appearance, to diminish it, which has its advantages as well. Right. So if you have a stalker or somebody that's infatuated with you, you can use these workings to make yourself look less appealing, which I'm sure a lot of people with certain occupations would do. There's a lot of women that want to make themselves less appealing, and I think every woman at a certain point in her life wants to be less appealing. You can do this. We can do it! Eyeshadow, liner, or mascara can be applied with the intent of strengthening the vision. Fingernails can be painted with a specific need in mind, so that the nails and the hands to which they're attached will reach out and grab that need. I mean, this is, and it goes on, but it's not talking about mirror anymore, but I really wanted to tie in that, you know, image magic, these self-glamours. For animals that must reside within cages or tanks, such as a fish, some birds, reptiles, or insects, attach some protective object to their home. Hold stones, I have those. Quartz crystals, got those. Seashells, got those. Even tiny pieces of paper on which you've inscribed a spell for protection that you've wrote yourself work well. Which you've inscribed a spell of protection that you wrote yourself. Or encircle the cage with a pure white wool yarn or a cord that contains 9 knots. Or you can hold your pet up before a mirror. If it seems to notice its reflection, it will remain at home. Or if you have a fireplace, have the animal look up the chimney. Such spells are best performed on the day the animal arrives. So when you bring your animal home, hold a mirror up to it, or hold it up to the mirror, and if it sees its reflection. Now, I wish Scotty would have said how long, because if you hold a cat up to a mirror long enough, most of the time it's going to kind of look at itself. But generally, like my Otis, he doesn't look in the mirror until I kind of move him around, or I tap on the mirror. But he doesn't just go, you know. And me, as a kid, there's so many pictures of me being like 1 and 2 years old just staring into the mirror. What the hell does that mean? That's awesome. That's so awesome. I mean, you guys have heard me talk about my childhood on the farm. My brothers were so much older than me. I didn't have anyone to play with. I had my cows, my pigs, my garden that my dad grew, chickens. We had animals, and those were my friends. And this air around me, which when I was a little girl I called God, but it's just because I watched a little TV and they talked about God, and I'm like, God, this air around me that I called God when I was, 3 years old, I would leave these gifts out for God. And it would be like some peas from the garden and a special rock I found and a little bundle of flowers and a couple of sticks that were fun. And I'd leave these piles everywhere. And, I was probably looked pretty curious. But I did that up until I was like 7 or 8 years old. And then people started saying stuff, like my friends would be like, what is that? That's so strange. And then I kind of fell out of this natural habitat of what I was doing intuitively, like staring into the mirror and going out and making offerings. Do you understand what I'm saying? If no friends would have ever buckled in, I probably would have been the most Zen person in the world. Like just this natural connection to nature. Okay, so that's what we've got on page 72. Let's go to page 109. And Scotty says, a concave mirror hung on the outside of the home will deflect any evil that may come into it from the house across the street. So if you kind of angle it toward the house. Also, placing small mirrors facing outwards in the windows is effective. So you can take a mirror and you can put double stick tape on it or roll pieces of tape, or you can just duct tape it like ghetto, like I would do. And you can just put it to the mirror so it's reflecting outward. So that the mirror part is reflecting outward, not inward. So one way to protect your home. Okay, so this video is tiring me out. It may be 2 parts. We'll see. So page 136, New Year's Eve is also an excellent time to increase your beauty. At midnight, wash your face in well water, which I have. Look into a mirror by candlelight and you will improve your appearance. So that's a good New Year's Eve one for your Book of Shadows. BRB, y'all. Hi, hon. Ay, 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 ay. I'm going to take a little break from reading and say hello and see what y'all are saying. Hey, Tangerine, how are you? Sure. Hey, Red Spirit says, your mirror reflects your soul in most cases. I feel that. Also, that stealing your soul business. Explain to spiritual trails and your soul turning dark if you become worse as a person. Thought to those trails. That's interesting. Hey, Tangerine, thanks for helping folks out with stones. I really, really, really appreciate that. Tangerine Oracle has amazing advice on loads of things. Herbal medicine and magic, back to natural cycles. Hey, first time in the chat. Love your community. Thanks. We're forming a really fantastic community. And welcome. We're reading about mirrors from a bunch of different books. Everywhere it came up in the books, we're reading about it. So, if you have any workings that you do with mirrors and you want to share with us, like, things you like to do, please feel free. Meanwhile, can everyone please welcome herbal medicine and magic back to natural cycles to the chat? I would love that. All right, so on page 143 of the Magical Household, Scotty says, after sunset on October 31st, so right at the Samhain, stand before a mirror and make a secret wish, visualizing it happening. Oh, I can't wait to do that. I cannot wait, because that's only a couple of months away. It's my absolute favorite time of year besides Beltane. I don't know, I might like Beltane more, but right there. And make a secret wish and visualize it happening. That's what I need. Do this. Doing this will strengthen your chances of its fulfillment. And anything we try to manifest during these, during our Sabbats, during our Esbats, our full and our new moons, this is a really great time. Tomorrow is a fantastic time to manifest something. It is the second new moon of the month, and that doesn't happen a lot, and so it's a really great time. Everybody should be preparing for tomorrow. What is your intent? What would you like to manifest? And getting out there in the darkness if you can, and just being there. Just being there with a candle, perhaps, with some incense, perhaps some herbs. You don't need any of that though. Just go outside and make your wishes. Push your intent out into the universe. If you're in a place where you have no neighbors, say it out loud. Say it out loud. Ask your spirit guides to be with you. And that's why I always have a candle, is because I feel like my spirit guides are more able to be with me that way. Yes, Tangerine is so helpful. So now we're on to the same book. We're on to page 149 in the chapter of house spells. And it says, if you wish to drive cockroaches from your home, hold a mirror before one. And we're probably talking about like a compact mirror. So hold a mirror before one. And it should run away in fright and never return. The catch? You must do this with each cockroach. Do you really want to face each one with a mirror? I bet my old boss Sugi would have, because he used to hate his cockroaches. Oh my god, it was such a bad situation. There is so much information in this book on mirrors. Did we forget this page? Nope, that's an old thing. So, I think we had 7 or 8 sections where we talked about mirrors and magical household. This is where he collabed with David Harrington. This is, as far as I know, his only collab book. I'm starting to get into his fiction books. Did you guys know Scott Cunningham wrote fiction while he was trying to pay like his medical bills? It's such a sad story. Oh my gosh. Heather Foley, you're manifesting your 50th birthday tomorrow. Are you serious? Happy birthday. 50 is such a cool, cool number. I'm so happy for you. I love my 30s. I like absolutely adore them. And I'm actually excited for my 40s. So, and I'm 37. So we're on to the next book, but that was a bulk of information. We read through the sex spells. We read through magical household. Now we're on to Earth Power by Scott Cunningham. I love all the imagery on the front of his little books. They're just so cute and catchy and... Hello, peekaboo. I love you guys. I just need a little smoke. I'm not perfect. I wish I was. You're 52? That's fantastic, Silver Willow. So tell me, like, compared to the 30s and 40s, how are the 40s and 50s? You're 52, you're fresh into it, but how are your 40s? I'm really wanting to know. Because, I mean, I honestly, my 20s were hard. So hard. And one day I'll tell you why. You're 25 and still feel old? Are you partying? Maybe that's why, because I felt old. Drogler, hey Jen, you could use your track for reading. I haven't gotten to look at it yet, Drogler. After my day is over today, I really want to get to a time to sit and listen to your track. I'm so sorry. So many kisses. I'm getting it on my list. You loved your 40s. Yeah, and Tangerine said 40s are so cool, relaxing, because you get to do tried and true. That's fantastic. So chapter 15 of Earth's Power by Scott Cunningham is called Mirror Magic. So guess what? We get to read a whole chapter, which contains, oh my gosh, a lot of pages. So, I have to, well, fudge it. Alright, lots of water. I have lots of water. We're going for it. We're just going to read the whole chapter. It's not long. Somebody threw something at me and they're trying to take my voice away. And whoever's doing that, I have to say, please stop. I'm only trying to do good. Please stop throwing things at me. I'm not happy about it. Supernatural Lost Adventures. Hello, welcome. Mirror Magic. Oh, yeah, tomorrow, you guys, I have to tell you. I'm going to be on a podcast and do an hour-long interview with the House of Asher. Do you guys know the House of Asher? Yeah, so we're going to do the... Hi, bye, Traveler. See you soon. So we're doing a podcast tomorrow evening, and then he's going to upload it later. And I can't connect it to my channel, but I can put it in the link of one of my videos. Wormwood. Just floating in there for essence. It's not really doing anything to my water besides essencing it up. Mirror magic! Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Effie, my cougar. Let's all hail the queen real quick, and then we can get back to the reading. All hail the queen! Queen Effie! We love you! I have to find a place for her in my tiny house. That's going to be really, really hard, but I feel like she might be the only piece of taxidermy I get to keep when I have my tiny house. But I do not want to let her go. However, if I did sell her, I could get a lot of money. But it's not up to me whether I let go of my taxidermy. There's a lot of my taxidermy and my mannequins that I don't know how to explain it, but for those of you who are clairaudient, you get it. And work with like animism and stuff. I don't decide really what stays and what goes. Yes, Effie the queen! We hail the queen! We love Effie! Such a pretty kitty. I know, man. I used to keep her in front of the fireplace out there, but then when we got Otis, he started jumping on her and like biting the back of her neck. It was nuts. And I'm like, ah! But I loved Otis so much because I had him after the last miscarriage, so he's like my baby replacement, and it really did work with this kitty. This kitty is a spiritual connection. This kitty found me. I didn't find this kitty. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. I forget. The Sorceress Queen's Pea to her magic mirror in the old fairy tale we now know as Snow White is an echo of practices as ancient as time itself. Like many of the tools of magic, the mirror is a device patterned after nature. You know, I never understood mirrors. Like, how do they make them? How do we make mirrors? I want one more person in the chat. How do we make mirrors? Like, I understand we make house from sticks, and we make glass from... It boggles me because I feel like I'm completely stuck in the past. I feel like I don't want electricity. I mean, I want you guys, but I don't want... I'd rather have candles than lights. I'd rather be inside than out in the city. I'd rather be making something at Food for Home than sitting in a... I mean, I don't know. I'd just rather be. So, like many of the old tools of magic, the mirror is a device patterned after nature. The first mirrors were lakes, right? And I think as young people, that's what we figured out. Oh, lakes are mirrors. On a still day when the water lies flat and fairly good reflection can be seen. In attempts to capture this phenomenon, stones were polished, metal was buffed, and finally glass was produced that when back with a thin layer of silver produced a perfect reflecting surface. Well, there's my flipping answer. That's the answer I've been like feuding on for an inner battle my whole life. So here we go. Here's how you make mirrors. Ready? First mirrors were lakes. To capture the phenomenon, so it's a polished stone, and then buffed metal, and then finally glass was produced that went back to a thin silver layer, a reflective surface. Okay. Absolutely clear lake or frozen to be used at will. Mirrors and all reflecting surfaces have long captured our imaginations. Folklore is full of reference to mirrors, and so is magic. Through such practices are nearly forgotten today. The symbolism of the mirror is simple and yet complex. It's very complex. It is held to be a sacred to the moon, for as the moon reflects the sunlight, so is the mirror an object of reflection. Since it's a lunar symbol, the mirrors used in magic are generally round. Also, mirrors allow us to see things we could not see without their aid. Not only the physical, but higher things, such as memories of past lives, glimpses of the future, or visions of events occurring at the same moment in another place. Mirror magic was probably at its heyday during the classical Greece and Roman periods. Polished mirrors of bronze were used in magical as well as cosmetic rituals. Most of these mirrors were small and held in the hand. One old technique of inducing clairvoyance is to catch the light of a fire in a shiny blade of a sword or knife. I love that. The reflection. thus caught and concentrated upon causes visions. This is simply another form of metallic mirror magic. I like that a lot. So let's see, and I don't even know how to pronounce it because I go by the words. Atame, Atame, Athame. It doesn't matter how you pronounce it. Hey, thanks you guys, and my Patreon's down below in the description as well as my Etsy. Tangerine, thank you so much. My Atame, Atame, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So I got this from eBay. I love clicking. I love the sounds my rings make. So here, in this blade, where it's kind of like, has this depth to it. I don't know how else to explain a blade, but this isn't a sharp blade. It's more like a letter opener. It's just for purpose of magical. It's not to cut anyone. There's no sharpness to this blade. It's a dull point. Okay, but you can scry into this by having a candle in between. So I'd have a candle here, and my atame, or my atame, or my magical knife, here. And looking into that with the candle in between you. And I can really see that working, and I hope we can find a way to portray that in a video somehow. But yeah, I mean, I like occult, I like CTs, I like all that stuff. So to have that, and the energy's not bad. It's fine. I can feel it if it's bad. Hey, Mermaid Sea Witch is here. Fantastic. It's so good to see you. Yep, it is from the Masons. That's right. I collect things from the Masons. This here is from the Order of the Eastern Star, and that there is from the Order of the Eastern Star, and I have little other things from them. I like their jewelry. What they represent, whatever. I just like occult things, you know? And I'm just being honest with y'all. Hey, Brenda, I love you. I missed ya. I'm going to get back to mirrors, but I do have to use the loo. So you're inspired to start painting another black mirror. Yay! I'm excited. You should put it on your channel, babe. That would be so cool. And then tell everybody you're going to send it to me. I want to put... Yeah. Oh, God. I have so many ideas. Like, honestly, if I had a group of people that I could tell my ideas to and we could create together, because I just don't have enough hands... it just makes me so excited thinking about what we could create together, because the ideas flip through my head. Oh, and if you roll on Pinterest, you're like, oh, you get so many more ideas, but I try to take my ideas just from myself if I can. I have to use the loo, so I'll be back in just a moment. Ouch! My knee! Jesus is coming to take you away. Coming to take you away. Hey! Chat, chat, chat. Joyce Jordan's here. She never gets to stay long, so I hope you get to see some good content. Joyce, my voice, as every time I go on live, my voice starts to like ember out. And I need everybody to throw some energy right now at whoever's throwing stuff at me. We need to try and do like a little positioned return to sender if we can, because I need my voice to read to you guys. I really want to share this knowledge with you guys. It's fantastic information. We do what we can. Right, William? Cheers, buddy. Okay. So, Earth Power. Techniques of natural magic. Let's talk about the magic mirror. Find a round mirror of 13 to 30 inches in diameter. Ideally, it should be encased in a similarly round frame, painted black, but make do with what you have. I love that. After purchasing the mirror, take it home and wash its face carefully with clean water. If you wish, next wash it with an infusion of mugwort. Mugwort. Yes, yes, yes. 1 teaspoon to 1 cup of water. Cool before use. So make a mugwort tea, and wash it with that. Then when the mirror has dried, I don't think we think about how powerful that is, These infusions, these washes, these headstone washes, these mirror washes, these putting Florida water on your candle before you light it. Are you all doing that? Are you all cleansing your candles with either sage or Palo Santo or Florida water before you use them? I don't know what to say, but before I started using it, my workings were just kind of like, would take a long time or just kind of fumble up. And then after I started using the Florida water on my candles, everything was happening quicker, with more efficiency and more polish, if that makes sense. You use energy magic, it can cleanse anything. Absolutely. If you as long as you guys are sitting and putting intent and cleansing and taking the time, that's more powerful than any Florida water, than any juniper, than any sage. The time you take is more important than anything. I could make a road opener oil and put all the ingredients in it, and it might work. But if I sit with intent over it for such a long time, and I push my energy until I feel it frickin' vibrating like crazy, that's when I'm gonna know that it's ready to do its job, to do its work, to help me and assist me. So that's my opinion on it, and I like your opinion, Red Spirit, absolutely. When the mirror has dried, cover its face with a black cloth and lay it where it won't be touched until the full moon. On that night, expose the mirror to its rays, preferably outside through a window if necessary. Charge the magic mirror in the moonlight and say the following or similar words. Lady of the Moon, you who sees all things and knows all knowledge, I consecrate this mirror with your glowing rays, that it may illuminate my works of magic in my life. Now let me tell you this. If you made a black mirror and blessed it in tomorrow on that dark moon or any other dark moon, and that's the second time that you have a new moon in a month, but it doesn't happen a lot, you guys, once or twice a year, right? If you made a black mirror and blessed it in at that time, I would think that that would be really especially powerful. Heavenly Subliminal said, I had a dream last night about feeling black tourmaline energy with your eyes closed, and someone said that I need to protect me from EMFs. That may have been me. I held my black tourmaline about 10 hours ago in meditation. And I was sending stuff out to certain people. So it may have been from me, but who knows. Alright, so we're gonna move on. Now take it inside and hang it on the eastern wall of your bedroom or the room in which you practice magic. Keep the mirror covered when not in use. Hey, look at this fig. Did you grow that? Oh my gosh! You guys gotta check out my fig videos. Just type in YouTube, fig and witchcraft. Isn't that gorge? Is it for me?
Yeah, you can.
Yay! Thanks, Alex. What kind of fig is this?
That is a long duat.
Oh my goodness. We still have that goat cheese. Do you have more figs?
No, that's just that big.
Bummer. Thank you. So good. Mmm. Hmm. So good. It's just making me like laugh and smile. It's so good. Wow. That was fantastic. Woo! Maybe figs are aphrodisiacs. That just immediately makes you happy and like woo woo. Expose the mirror to the moon at least 3 times a year. When it gets, so taking it out on the full moon or at least just any light moon. When it gets dusty, if it should, wash with a mugwort infusion or plain water. So if your mirror gets dusty, wash it with that. Never use an ammonia-based spray to clean your mirror, for ammonia destroys all magic. Do you hear that? Ammonia destroys all magic. That's why, have you seen me do my ammonia jars? You know, I keep my ammonia in a dark closet, in like as far away as I can from this room. Same with butane. I don't keep it in the room. Oh yes, Brenda. Lola, aren't figs the best? That just made me like smile emphatically. Alright, so ammonia destroys all magic. Got it? So if you're doing a magical working and maybe you want it to stop and you decide I don't want to do this, perhaps you could ammonia the working. I want to thank everybody for giving the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Hey, say hello to everybody in Stockholm. I have a lovely spoon from Stockholm. Where is it? Where's my Stockholm spoon? Ah, it ain't there. I don't know where it is, but I like true crime, so Stockholm is fascinating to this witch. Sigils, fire, eye, octagram, hexagram, and the hourglass on its side are a great anti-magic sigil. Red Spirit 17, maybe you have an idea for this. I did a video, and it was 2 months after I got this gift, and it was an hourglass with sand. I was doing the video, I was talking, I went like this, and it flipped and it broke. But look what didn't break, and I kept it. Because the sands of time, I thought you could use the sands of time for stuff. Like, wouldn't that be super magical? Don't you guys like my super, like, where's your eye gonna go outfit? Where is it? Look at this shit. So after it broke, I still had, well, I put an amethyst up here, but I still had this. And so the other side broke and shattered, but this didn't shatter. And so you can pour out little bits of sand of time. And so I use this in workings for if I need more time on something, to decide something, to do something, whatever, if I need more time, or if I need to speed up a person's going or whatever. But I think that you could really use this little bits of sand for stuff, because to me it really resembles time, and that's what I'm saying, like how it resonates with you. So I just keep an amethyst on the top and that part that didn't break, and I think that's really special, and I just keep it up on my shelf, and anytime I want to add a little bit of sand of time to a working, I out X in each Side of the hourglass to represent the elements in the hourglass. Use as a... to represent the gear of time. Yeah, totally. I just wanted to show that to you because I thought it was an interesting thing. It's like, how much can you add to your magic? How much can you add to your workings? Grab the garbage around you. The garbage. The things that other people would just pass away. It's broken, throw it away. No! No, to me, this is something. And after this sand is gone, you can make your own sand and you can keep it in here and it can be like some sands of time. Of course, yeah, they were on Jen's videos. So I'm going to get back to mirrors if I can. There's so much to read. Oh yeah, which is good. I mean, so much information on mirrors. There's a chant for scrying, there's far memory, there's a simple mirror spell. If you look up on YouTube the Taxidermy Witch mirrors, you're going to find this video and a video before this. The video before this, I read this entire chapter. My voice hurts, so I'm going to skip that because I've already done it. But if you want to listen to the rest of the whole entire chapter of this book, just do that. Search YouTube, Jen the Taxidermy Witch mirror. You'll see this video and an old one. Alright, so next we're going to look up in Stephanie Rose Bird's book, 365 Days of Hoodoo, which I've not read from front to finish because I'll tell you why and I'll be honest. Hey, Stephanie Rose Bird, if I ever meet you, that would be amazing. I would love to do it. I'm sorry for my criticisms, but I do hope that they help in some way. First thing in this book, it tells you to get like some type of oil that I can't even get my hands on. And that was like day 1 through 3. And then it moves on to the next. So I feel like this book should come with a list of things that you have to have. And I'm not being rude. And I'm just trying to say. So anyway, in this book, when you look up mirrors in the back, it goes to page 49. And on day 34, it has a reflection and journaling. The surface of a mirror is linked to water in various types of mythology. Why would a surface of mirror be linked to water? I want you guys to tell me. Why butane? Butane, which comes from a lighter or a fireplace lighter, right? It degrades the magic. It's not as bad as ammonia, but it degrades the working. Same with if you light a match, which I did for my first year, and I said, don't use a lighter, use a match. Then I read that a match has so much sulfur that you should light it outside of the room, outside of your magical room. If all you have is a butane lighter or a match, light your candle outside of your magical room. A little travel candle. Y'all know my travel candles I keep over here? These little guys? You just go out of the side of the room, light one of your travel candles, and just use them to light something else. I use these to take my altar light and light another little candle for y'all, or do any working I take from my altar light. So, I go, if that goes out for some reason and I have to make a new light, I go out of this room and I use my match or my butane. I light one of these guys and I slowly, with a cupped hand, because they'll go out if you just run in, I bring it back in. Do you remember where I read about the match, Jen? Nope. I just go through so many books and then whatever sticks. And gosh, I apologize, you guys. I wish that I could reference, but and Brenda, I totally get what you're saying. If I had to think, it may have been in one of the newer books I read in the last 3 months. But as soon as I read something new, I talk about it on the channel. And I know, Brenda, you've seen most of the videos, but I don't remember what book I read it from. I want to guess that it's one of the Hoodoo or folk magic books, though, because when I was just reading my witchcraft books, I hadn't read that. It's just been recently, so I think it was from folk magic. So I light my candles outside of the room if I have to use that, and then come back in and I light my candle. And it's really good to just have your altar candle always going if you can, if you feel comfortable with that. These glass candles here, they usually burn for 2 to 3 days depending on what size you get, the quality of the wax, etc. Uncle Badger, above my bed, I have mirrors that were made with silver, and they're going black because they're from 1964. It says on the back, there's an imprint. I showed him in one of my thrift haul videos, and I just thought they were shit because they were made of plastic. And then one of the TTW family members said, "Oh, I have a pair of those. They're from 1964. Look on the back. There's markings." And I was like, "Oh." So they're like kind of blackening on their own. And they hold candles in front of them, and I love to use them for scrying. Let's see if I can flip. See those mirrors right there? If you get real close to them, they're dark, and they hold candles in the front. And when there's not a bunch of crap on my bed for shipping and Etsy orders, then I go ahead and sit between there and do some self-work. Alex?
Yeah?
What's up?
Gotta go to the store to get some charcoal to cook the chicken.
Okay,
So I'll be right back.
hold on a minute.
You need something?
I really do try to make the videos so that if you were just looking for mirror magic, you could plug in and get all the information, but sadly my voice doesn't compensate for that need. But we're gonna try and go with it. Still, who's still here? Say hello to me if you're still here. Hey, Ravensong, I'm so happy to see you. Your berries are almost dried. They're almost fully dried. I'm going to get them off the vine. I'm going to weigh 7 ounces. I'm going to send that to you, and then some free gifts. And she shopped at my Etsy shop, which is down in the description. My Etsy shop, which is putting food on my plate. Uncle Badger is still here. Hello, yay! Mm-hmm. I've gotten back into writing on my typewriter, which is really good. Hey, Michelle Moon, how are you, honey? Good to see you. Lunchbox. Still here. Alright, cool. What should we do? Read 365 Days of Hoodoo. Did we read that? Stephanie Rose Bird. So, right, why is the surface of a mirror linked to water? Did we answer that question? Why did we link water to mirrors? I want you guys to answer that, and then we'll move along. We already talked about it, so if you were here earlier. Absolutely, Brenda. Absolutely, Mermaid Sea Witch. Reflective surfaces. Yep, and because we used water, they said before there were mirrors, scrying happened in water. Yes. So, the surface of a mirror is linked to water in various types of mythology. It returns the reflection of the gazer, but there are secrets in its depths if you can see past the reflection. Today, begin your work with the metaphysical representative, the mirror. Consider where you find a good mirror. Antique mirrors are especially useful. Check your attic or basement. Ask an aunt or a grandparent. That's really good for a dehydrator too. If you're looking for one, you probably have an aunt or a grandparent. Yes, waters are portals, and that's going to be a big one. Like, I'm just going to talk about it now. Thomas Dale, or excuse me, Uncle Badger. Sorry, Thomas. Uncle Badger and I are going to be getting together so that he can mod for me when I do bathtub episodes where we're doing workings in the bathtub, and I will be in there in a nice bathing suit that, you know, not sexy, one iota. I just want to get in the bathtub and show you guys how to do cleansings before and after the graveyard, how to do workings, how to use the water as a conduit, how to do workings in the bathtub. At the bathtub that I'm moving to, the house I'm moving to in 1 month's time, I have 2 bathtubs, but one of the bathtubs has a skylight over the top. I'm going to figure out the perfect time of day where the moon comes down through the skylight, and I'm going to do my workings then. Okay. And I need Thomas Dale there to mod because obviously that could become something really chaotic for me. It could look really the wrong vibe I want to give, and that's not the vibe I want to give at all. But after I was thinking about it for a while because that's something that I do, and then after Stargirl did it, I felt confident enough to do it because I looked through her comments and she didn't have any real hate comments. It was just like, awesome working, you know. But I've been wanting to do that for a while. And so I plan to do that for the Patreon videos because then I don't need a moderator. And Thomas over in the UK doesn't have to wake up at God knows what hour to be my moderator and keep me safe. So, what do you guys think about the bathtub episodes? Oh. Great for clairsentient development, yes. Full moon cleanses, yes. Clawfoot tubs are like, I wish, you know. A glass room on the beach. No, I didn't see that, honey. Yes, amazing with the skylight. My voice. Oh, yeah, so sad. It hurts when I read. Today, bring your water work with its metaphysical representative, the mirror. Consider, oh, we already said that. So, try and find a mirror from a grandparent, an aunt, an attic. Head out to a thrift shop or an antique store. The older the mirror, the better. Even the back of the mirror is useful. It is scraped, and the silver residue from it is used to perform various tricks. There you go! That should be highlighted. The back of a mirror, where it's kind of like chalkboardy, you can scrape that, just like we scrape our lamp back. And lamp back is, you know, if you hold something metal over a candle flame, it'll burn and produce this like residue. That's called lamp back, and you can use that. I made a video on lamp back. Anyway, LAMPBACK, lamp back. Scotty talks about it in Incense Oils and Brews, and how you can make ink with it. However, if you make lamp back, it takes so long. All that intent is so great. Why was I talking about lamp back? Hold your mirror and practice grounding and centering. Take 4 to 5 cleansing breaths. Gaze into the mirror for about 10 minutes. Let your eyes soften and become unfocused. The goal is to see beyond your image. What do you see? Write it down. To fully immerse yourself in the power of water, you need to set aside time for journaling. Here is a guide to brainstorming the session to get started. Water brainstorming sessions. Do you have hope to align yourself to the qualities of water? Are there any water deities, Iwa or Orisha, you relate to, and why? If not, are there any water-related spirits that you plan to explore, and why? How is water currently important to your life and your spiritual life? What are some ways that you know water is used in relation to spirituality? I'm getting bored. What types of watery substances have the most value and resonance in your life currently? So that was about mirrors. Do you see what I mean? I guess Scotty's, like, in the 10 or 12 paragraphs I read here, there would be so many sentences that mean, give me so much there. So I don't know. I just connect more with Scotty's stuff, I guess, but it's really good to have a cross-reference and also to look into other parts of magic and what they're using, you know? So that's just my feeling. I want to tell you guys what is throwing me off today. Also, it can help you talk to your soul, hidden messages of past lives. Yes. Yes, shadow work. Getting to know your true self. Killing your ego. I know that's a big word and it means a ton, but killing your ego isn't as easy as it seems. I'm really trying. I did that video and showed my stomach. I mean, I was trying to kill my ego. Ooh. Well, Mermaid Sea Witch, if you send me rum, then I'll have honey and lemon with hot tea and rum. It sounds like a good idea. I'll give it a go. I've been using defensive magic. It's just, Jen, do you have any slippery elm? Slippery elm is in my sore throat tea, and I have slippery elm. Maybe I should just add more. So I want to tell you guys what's going on. Every single morning I wake up to comments, right? And there was a point when like 4 months into my channel, when I was starting to really like get like, I don't know, 4 months in I was like at 200 or 300 subscribers. And it was starting to get to where like I was so afraid of the, like every morning or every hour I would wake up to some Christian or Hoodoo practitioner. Well, the Christians would say, you know, you're sending people to hell. What would it take to turn you to Jesus? I mean, I could tell you so many things that the Christians have said to me. And it's like the Christians every 3 days, and then the Hoodoo stuff. So I brushed out my dreads, so hopefully I'll get a little bit less flack from the Hoodoo stuff. But every time I attach Hoodoo to one of my descriptions, I don't know how to explain it without being offensive, but there's a certain group that always picks on me and says that I have no right to practice this, and that's not true. That's absolutely not true. If you honor the ancestors of Hoodoo, you are more than welcome to practice Hoodoo, and I've read that in more than 3 books by well-respected Hoodoo Sen Moise says that, and Star Kassas says that, and there's many people that say that. So I would wake up with comment. So, okay, let me tell you the comment this morning that happened. So this morning, it's really been eating me all day, and this would took me so long to start my videos today. They said on one of my first videos, back at the Mandrake video, and I reported it and deleted it and blocked her and all that, just like I do with every one of them. But she said, 3 videos a day, you must have no goals, no focus, no purpose. And that was the word that made me cry. She said that I had no purpose. I know that this shit should not bother me. I absolutely know that it's garbage. But it does affect you. And, like your morning time, I shouldn't check my messages until I'm done with my meditation, and I know that. But this morning, I didn't do that because I forgot to turn my phone off at night and it was buzzing this morning with like da-da-da-da-da. So I go in and I check and it's just like, she had commented, or she or he had commented on like 16 videos saying like all different kinds of stuff, just talking about how I was just such a fucking loser. And that I devote my day to YouTube videos and that I devote all my days to YouTube videos and reading books of, you know, ridiculousness and all this stuff. Poisoning people's minds. So that one actually pretty got to me this morning, and good for you. You fucking troll. So, anyway, we try to do our best, and we try to not let it get to us, but there's a point where you just, you like, say, is that true? You know, and you have to figure out if that's, it's just, it threw me off this morning, and I really do, like, throw most of them just over my shoulder, so it's, yeah, no, exactly, Heather, they're the commenters' issues, I know that. I know that it's their issues, it really does sting. I know that I'm not a loser. Jackie T, you are not a loser! No, I know that. Obviously, I wake up every morning and I'm so happy for what I do and I feel good about what I do. It's the first time in my fucking life that I've woke up and I've had a job, because I've created my job for myself with the Patreon, the Etsy, and my channel that's free, right? I've created this job for myself where I wake up every morning. And my plan is do a Patreon video, then do a live video, then do workings, then come back and do another live video, maybe another Patreon. This is what I do. And so when she said that my life was devoted to nothing and it was so sad and all this stuff, I don't know. Usually I'm sad for the person who writes that stuff. This morning this person just like, for whatever reason, whatever they said just kind of got to me. Your empath, it will send back, Jen. They're so negative. I'm not letting it consume me, don't worry. Winding Which Way, who I don't think has ever appeared on the chat. Hello, Sugar. I have been slowly making my way through all your videos, and I think you're amazing. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And my videos, like, from the start, if you start at the frankincense, dragon blood, and myrrh on a coal disc, that was my first video. If you start from the start and go forward, like, all that content I really love. And when it gets to my live streams, it's not that I don't love it, because I love it when I'm here, but when I watch it back, it's like, you kind of have to be in the moment to enjoy it, I guess. So I'm glad that I'm uploading videos to Patreon, because they're a totally different vibe. They're a totally different vibe. It's just me talking to you. And I haven't uploaded videos on YouTube for quite some time. So anyway, I'm glad to be doing the one-to-one again. I know that, hey, On the Cusp Tarot's here! I love you! You're so adorable. I love you. Boop! Boop accords! I think those trolls have that backwards. That they aren't the ones wasting their time hurting. Right. Little gray rabbit. Hey man, how are ya? Jen, you are an amazing witch and I love listening to your streams while you're at work or studying. That's fantastic. That makes me feel so good. I can't imagine that. Somebody that's so much smarter than me is studying for their college and listening to me talk. I'm really reaching out to people, and that makes me know that everything they said was bullshit, but at the same time, they threw a lot of energy into those words, and it did affect me. Yeah, at least I'm not crying, though, Amethyst. So we will do a part 2 on the mirror videos, because there's a lot to talk about here. But for the rest of this video, we're not going to talk about mirrors. We're just going to talk. But yes, we'll finish another mirror video, and then after I'm done doing this, I'll make a Patreon video for y'all. I was deciding what kind of Patreon video I would make today, because I do one daily that are special just for the... right. Huge shout out. I'm going to make a special shout out video. Kitty's just joined at the $1 level a month. Thank you. She's a butterfly. And so butterfly is the $1 level a month. So you pay $12 a year. Misty joined, and she's a butterfly. Jennifer Cook is a butterfly, and she on YouTube is Jen the Moon Witch. Mermaid Sea Witch, who's here in the chat, is a $5 vampire bat. Remy Venturi is a vampire bat. Raven Song, who's here, is a vampire bat. Jackie T, who's here, is a $10 squirrel. Jackie, thank you so much. Everyone, thank you so much. B Young, who's here, is a $5 vampire bat. Tracy Babarski is a butterfly. Rachel Jane Conway is a butterfly. April Gunther Spirit Moon, who I believe is here, is a vampire bat. Tess Moore, thank you so much for your alligator contribution of $15 a month. Mary Wing, thank you so much for your $40 a month at the Mallard level. Lame Soryu, thank you so much for your vampire bat contribution. Bossiday, IKL Sunflower, thank you so much for your $1. You're being a butterfly. Jenna Miller is a squirrel at the $10 level. Ricky Bunce is a butterfly, and she pays cash by mail, which I just send her the videos. And I have to thank my long time, because these are all within the month of 7. My goodness, I've gained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 17 patrons in the month of 7 in July. And my long-time patrons, I have to thank you, because you've been here since I started my Patreon, which was about 5-6 months ago. Emily at Purple Sky Witchcraft is a butterfly or a vampire bat, I can't remember. Magical Mandy, Punky Doodle is either a butterfly or a vampire bat. Deborah B, Nina Bobina. Nina Bobina is a squirrel at the $15 level. And Lady Blue Carter, I have to thank everybody who is a part of my Patreon right now. We're at 22. So that is amazing, because that really does help me. Now, the Etsy shop is what put food on my plate and my belly. And the Patreon is what is going to my tiny house and me building that new life so that we can travel around the Americas and Canada on the channel. That will be so amazingly fun. That is my dream right now, and I appreciate all the thumbs up. Love you too on the Cusp Tarot. You're so amazingly sweet. Tangerine, thank you so much for including the Etsy shop. Tell them they will have to pay a lot to make you give a damn. Haha! That's funny. I know. And normally I don't let it get to me, but for some reason that one was just hard. Hi Jack Jolly, honey, how are you? Hi Donna Watson, don't let their negativity wash over you. Delete that shit, love your videos. Thank you, Donna Wilson. I love you too. I thank you for your support and being here and just your comments. I really do. Tangerine Layla, I think you will be, because you're right above Ricky. Like, my goal is to go from Seattle over to New York. Right across the top. Not even going south. I've already been south. F it. I don't like it. I'm going from Seattle over to New York, down to Pennsylvania. Then up to Tangerine Layla. Period. By the way, Tangerine Layla, me and Ricky are coming together, and we're going to stay for a couple weeks. Do you have a place for us to sleep, or... I mean, we'll have the trailer, but if it's cold. Brenda, we will as soon as we get some orders to come down that way. We're going to follow wherever who calls us for monies, you know. You want to come here and teach us witchcraft? We'll come there and teach you witchcraft. You know, we got to get the gas money to get there, and then, you know, make it happen. It's going to, I don't have it all mapped out, but it's really going to be something. You'll give me a master bed? Damn, I might have to come down to Florida. Yeah, but the frickin' hurricanes will wash my little trailer away. That's my fear, is that up north there's, like, what happens up here? Not much. But I know. And you know what, Brenda? Alex will probably visit you before I do. He wants to go to Florida so badly. Jacksonville, I think? You're in upstate New York, Winding Which Way? We will come your way. Do you want us to have like a couple days of witchcraft? Do you want me to design a full wall of your bedroom in pinups and Mod Podge, or your whole bathroom in pinups and Mod Podge? That's going to be my thing. Jack Jolly says, I'm dying to go to New Orleans. Me too, dude. And it really fucking pisses me off. I was so close to New Orleans when I was in East Texas, and nobody would drive me there. It was like 4 hours to Cafe du Monde. 4 hours is nothing, considering it took us like 30 some hours to drive. Like, honestly, that whole trip was bullshit. We passed the Alamo. I'm like, I wanted to go to the Alamo. We passed all my friends. We passed Lunea. We passed Purple Sky. Oh, well, I don't even want to get into it because then I'll look like a brat, but whatever. I'm so happy that I don't have to ever see my in-laws again. That's my happiest moment right there. And I remember the last look I gave them, so. I know, Jack Jolly. Oh yeah, Mermaid Sea Witch. I record everything I do, you know, if I'm, well, not my super private workings, but basic workings and that I create. Now I'm thinking about my in-laws and I'm pissed. So whatever, it's just one thing after another. I'm glad you guys are here with me though, because honestly I don't have physical friends. Kirsten came over the other day with her son. That was really fun. But I don't have physical friends. It sucks. Winding Which Way says, yes, I am new and trying to find my way, hence my name. That's fantastic. We'll come over, we'll have our trailer, we'll have a place to sleep, and me and Ricky will teach you everything you want. We'll help you set up everything you want. We'll have every single book that I have here in the trailer. We'll have every single herb that I have here in the trailer. The trailer won't have much of anything but witchcraft. It's just going to be a fucking witchcraft cottage on wheels. You know what I'm saying? So we can help you with whatever you want. If we stay long enough, we can go thrift and we can go pick out interior design things for you. I can help you go into eBay and pick out interior design things for you. We can taxidermy it up. We can do whatever you want. However expandable your money function is, we can do whatever you want. But this is what I've always wanted to do, is to do Mod Podge pinups on people's walls and have people call me from another state and have me come over. Well, now I'm a mobile unit. We witches can learn so much from one another. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks everybody for welcoming Winding. Herbal Medicine and Magic says, do your thing and proudly ignore those haters as long as you give respect and knowledge the past. Your girl fine. Yes, I agree with you. You know, if you think slavery was okay, you should definitely not practice hoodoo. If you don't like black people for some reason, you probably shouldn't practice hoodoo. I'm probably gonna get some flack for saying that, but if you honestly respect the situation of what happened and feel compassion and feel sympathy or empathy for that, then there's no reason why you can't honor the ancestors. Okay? I don't believe skin color has anything to do with it. I believe soul connection is what is to do with it. Silver Willis says, I don't really have friends either. Well, that's why we have the channel, you guys. There have been times, once or twice, when I just turned it on record and let you guys talk. Just to have a place for you guys to function and talk, because I wasn't doing anything. And it's going to get me hours, which I don't care about because I'm not going to monetize, but it might mean something later. Who knows? I don't want to monetize because I don't want you guys to have to sit through commercials for my videos, like when they're not live. That would, I mean, I pay for YouTube Red, and I pay 10 or 12 bucks a month or whatever, so I don't see commercials. But that's just because I'm very short-tempered when it comes to little things, you know. Yes, the Gypsy Caravan. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, Jack Jolly, when you get a house, I'll definitely come visit you and see all the magic of Wales, because I know that there's just so much. Is it like the Celtic magic over there in Wales? You have so much drive and a lot of skills. You've touched me and taught me so much. Well, Herbal Medicine and Magic, Back to Natural Cycles, thank you so much, because that means a lot. I haven't seen your channel yet, because I want to pop in, but it's only going to let me, what does it say I can do with you? If I pop into your thing, it says, say something! It says I can report you, remove you, put you in timeout, hide you, or add you as a moderator. So sadly I can't add you as I can't subscribe to you, but I'm going to do that after this. Every single one of you that comment, that you touch my heart. In the morning I wake up with comments from people around the world that are my dear, dear friends, and I absolutely love. Even though I haven't given you a kiss or a hug yet, it doesn't mean that we don't have a crazy dear soul connection. And for the lot of you that I talk with on Skype, we have an even deeper personal connection because it's just me and you talking. And that doesn't cost any money. Normally I say you have to be at the butterfly level to talk with me on Skype, but I took that out. There's so many people I want to talk to on a one-on-one level and become friends with. Ooh, my hair would look cute if it was short, but I wouldn't like it. I'd like it for a day, and then I'd be like, oh, it's too short. It would look cute if it was super straight, though. Let's leave it like that. Yes, come to the UK, Jen. Uncle Badger, I wish I could. I don't have a home there. I only have family here. I have lots of friends in the UK, but not friends that would let me stay. And I don't know what I would provide there. Like, what am I going to get a green card for? Witchcraft? I'm getting a green card so I can come here and travel around the UK and provide witchcraft for people. Like, what would they say about that green card? Would they say that they thought it was a good idea, do you think? I don't feel bad, little gray rabbit, because I have you guys, and sometimes it says, that's crazy, you don't have real friends, you just have fake friends, and it's like, fuck you. These are not fake. This what I'm doing here is so, so real to me. And assembly, hi, I don't have any friends in life either. A lot of us, these type of people that we are, we like to be alone. We like to be naked. And I don't just mean physically naked, I mean spiritually naked. We like to be in solitude. We like to go our own way and do our own thing. And this is different. We don't have a crowd of people around us. If we were sitting in the room with 26 people, there'd be a lot more anxiety. But right now, we're all comfortable. And so, yeah, this is a very different kind of association. All of us no friend people could have a meetup. Yeah, Heavenly Subliminals, you guys in the UK. God, I just wish that there wasn't barriers. It makes me so mad. Tangerine, I'm going to monetize and only have ads in the beginning and end because Mama needs money for your spaceship. Oh, heck yeah. I don't diss on anyone who monetizes. I pay the YouTube Red. You're going to get money from me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to see the video. I do not diss on anyone who monetizes at all. I don't. I just, my spirit guides are telling me not to. So, that's that. I have way over the amount of hours that you need to have. I think it's like 4,000 hours. Y'all should look at my analytics. If you go on every day for quite some time. What, we've been on for 2 hours today. Some lives, what, we did a 15-hour live, didn't we, once? Who in the chat was here for the 15-hour live? Connecticut, doo-doo-doo. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, doo-doo-doo. Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana. I don't know the middle of the song, though. Tangerine's only 17 away from 1,000. If you guys have not hugged Tangerine Layla yet, the Sleepy Oracle, go hug her. She gives the best readings. I don't know how to explain. The first reading she ever gave me, I just sent her a thought. You're not supposed to ask your question. I just sent her a thought. And and the first couple things she said, because my question in my head was, are one of my grandparents that I have altars for, are one of them my spirit guides? Because I was really feeling that. And Tangerine, when she started her reading and spirits were coming in, she was in, she said, Mags, Marge, Margaret, Margie, Maggie? It was like all my grandma's nicknames. and then her name. And of course I'm bawling at this live reading. And my grandmother is my spirit guide. She's here with me. And I wouldn't have, I mean, Tangerine Layla and I didn't know each other. And I don't say my grandmother's name a lot, if ever. So anyway, it's this moment where you're like, oh, I have somebody I can depend on for my readings. My spirit guides are connecting with this person. Okay. And that is magically amazing. Like, every single reading I get from her, and she just got me a reading that said, something that you have is going to bring you a lot of money for your dreams. And now I'm finding a way to sell Delilah. Because she doesn't want to be in the trailer. She does not want to be in... She's too big for the trailer. And plus, I talked to her and I asked her, and for people that are clairaudient, especially with objects, animism, she has had very much fun with me, but she wants to go live in a fancy-ass house. She wants to go live with rich people. So do I, girl! What the fuck? But yeah, she'll get to, because she's anywhere between $10,000 to $25,000. So yeah, if any of you want to buy her, please let me know. But I'm going to try and go to an antique dealer and get at least 10 grand. But yeah, everybody please hug Tam. She's absolutely amazing and real deal. Oh good, Jack Jolly wasn't subbed, so he'll go ahead and sub. Now you're not far away. Hummingbird Morningstar says, my group is planning a trip to Salem next year. I'm really excited about it. That's so exciting. That's fantastic. What is your group, honey? Like you're on your channel? I'm down in the chat. I will be your friends. Hey, if everybody's not hugged on the Cusp Tarot, now's the time. That's like going to be one of your coolest friends. I'm waiting for someone to come on and say, oh, your haircut looks so good. This is my way of wearing a wig. See? Poof, poof. Looks cute. Makes me look like I'm a little kid. You can come on a holiday for a month. Uncle Badger, I wouldn't want to go home. I wouldn't want to go home. I probably would find some crazy... I just... I mean... Before I thought of this idea, I was heavily thinking of marrying Uncle Badger and coming over and doing the caravan thing in the UK. So Uncle Badger, what do you think? It's not a solid proposal, but I'm doing it in front of the whole world, so what do you think? Yeah, On the Cusp Tarot says, hit me up, let's be friends! Wild Witch is here! What's up, Mario? I hope you're still here. Heavenly Subliminals, you're in Washington? I thought you were in the UK for some reason. Oh no, that's Paranormal Insane. So Heavenly Subliminals, message me on Skype at Jen the Taxidermy Witch and we can meet up and have fun. Maybe you can be my caravan partner because I need someone to drive. I know On the Cusp Tarot, I hate being lonely too. That's why I do live streams. That's why I do live streams, man. We can interact. We can say hello to each other in real time. Hi, Ed.
Hey, what's up with the rice?
Oh, you just turn it off.
Okay, do you want me to put that aside for you? Because I was going to make a regular batch of rice for doing
Just remake your
chicken.
rice. Thanks, hon. Jack Jolly, I can show you. Her name's Delilah. I got her at a yard sale. She was $100, and I only had 96 between me. And I ended up carrying her on the bus, and she barely fit because she's bigger than me. Let's see if I can unplug you guys and take you to see her. She's gonna get me my caravan, I'm pretty sure. So, sorry that the house is a bit of a mess. You know, it's a bit of a mess. I'm all Marsha Brady about my hair. You brush out your dreads, it's gonna happen, you know. Let's see Delilah, my gorgeous girl. Hey, boo. Blonde eyelashes. Real eyelashes on there. I don't know if you can see it. And if you've ever watched the show Friends, you've seen little miniatures in the background when Chandler was handcuffed in Joanna's office, or when Rachel was working at Bloomingdale's. There's like 2 or 3 episodes where there's shots of this, but they're actually in green dresses and they're miniatures. I've never, ever, ever seen one this big. She's on a platform there, and like I say, she's taller than me. Some of them are in green suits and have red hair. Some of them are have dark skin. And are in white outfits, so there's all different kinds, but I've never, ever, 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 ever seen a full-sized one. So, yeah, that's Delilah, and hopefully she'll be the way to our dreams. Since we're floating around, let's look at herbs. Oh, herbs! Now, this window right here is actually on an outside wall. Technically, I should move this. So I have just kind of like herbs all over the house, wherever I can store them, whatever bookshelf, etc., etc., etc. I love fur. That is a white fox coat with a mink and a gold antique dress. I like to dress up mannequins, oh yeah. Hey, let's see how this fits now that my hair's not in dreads. It starts out at mirrors and then it just goes to BS. Well, you know what? It's my channel. I get to pick. Ah, yes. Like, what is it for, though, you know? So it's fur. Feels like mink. And then there's this net that goes over your, like, eyes, right? But what is it for? The veil? Is it a representation? I'd love to visit the USA and visit Salem Road Trip. Defo, a dream of yours. I know, for those of you in the UK, I don't think we realize the Pacific Northwest is the size of the UK. And then we have the rest of the United States. Like, our country is so, so big. This is bothering me. Our country is so, so big. And, I don't appreciate it. So I'm gonna go appreciate it. Did you know that there is a Flintstones theme park in Canada? I don't know if it's still there, but I went when I was a little kid. I have pictures of being there. It was like a Disneyland, but it was the Flintstones, the whole thing. Tangerine Layla, have you ever seen that Flintstones thing in Canada? Where the hell were we? I don't know. Okay, I'm back to the chat. Jen, you inspired me to get some fresh wormwood and play around with it for a while. Good, Hummingbird Morningstar. Are you able to find it where you are naturally? Like, does it just grow? Or did you grow it? So, y'all, on the Etsy shop, remember the wormwood crown that I made? Well, I mean, I showed you on this channel, but I showed the how-to on Patreon. But here's the wormwood crown. And I sold a second one, and now I have room. There's just one more left. One more left. And this is my crown. See, it's wormwood and dandelions and leather from that cow spirit. White peacock feathers from the peacock spirit. Ribs of the mink, and then a mink skull at the front. And I haven't applied all the dangly ribs yet, but they'll just be dangling down from the side. So I'm very excited for that. They're $77. And I've already had someone purchase one, and there's one left. There we go. Wormwood. That's amazing. And that's a good amount. And that's the amount that goes in the crown, this big bundle. Sorry, I do have to use Lolu again. If you guys want me to stop filming and just say, we're so bored, then just tell me, because... Espen! Espen's here! Espen, how are you? I've been thinking about you so much lately. I'm so happy Espen is here. Oh, hello, my love. Please stay. I'm just running to the loo really quickly, but I'll be right back. chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and shooting some people outside of the school, and a couple of guys, they were up to no good. Started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight, my mom got scared. Hello, Espen! Said you're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air. I got up to the house about 7 and I yelled, "Let get me home, smell you later. Look at my kingdom, I was finally there. And I can sit on my crone. Sit on my throne, not my crone. As the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Kiss, kiss on the Costero. You know why I love On the Costero so much? I enjoy your cartoons, but that one thing you did where you were talking to the Starbucks lady, where you're like back and forth, your editing is hilarious. Where it's you talking to you, it's so like Portlandia. And I honestly think On the Costero, if you were able to get into acting, you would be so amazingly good and inspiring. No, On the cusp, don't let get back. Don't leave. Are we all invited to your wedding, Espen? Yeah, I know. Espen's getting married. I'm so happy for you, darling. When are you getting married? What day? I know it's coming up soon. Oh, and what did Thomas say about my proposal? I didn't get to see that. Is he gone? It would be classic if he was gone for that. Yeah, I don't see anything. Alright, Thomas, sorry. Maybe I said something I wasn't supposed to. Who knows? Mirrors. Should we talk more about mirrors? There's a lot of documents first. Yeah. Yes, yes. Congratulations, darling. We're so happy for you. I know you've had a lot going on, because I haven't seen much on your channel going on. Yes. Weddings are so fantastic. There's a lot of awesome things you can do for your wedding. You know, the German used to put dill, dried dill, in their wedding bouquets of the bride to have a long, loving relationship. Espen, do you care if your bride smells like a pickle? If you don't care, she should put a couple of these, hidden, probably, in her wedding bouquet for a long, exorbitant, lasting love. Yeah, I wish we could come, man. Tell Elena congratulations. She's got a great man. Oh, you did give a bit of an answer. Let's see what you said. I mean, I was only half kidding. Way too long ago. Alright, so I guess we should talk about mirrors. Mirrors! Scott Cunningham in Wicca, A Guide for the Solitary Practitioner. So this is Scott Cunningham's like basic book. If you get it brand new, it's going to have a different looking cover. This is super old. And the cover, I believe, is green. And it says, Wicca, A Guide for the Solitary Practitioner. I believe it was page 40. No way, it's not. Page 185, near the back. It says, Spells and Magic. And it gives you a protective chant. And then it gives you a mirror spell for protection of the home. Compose an altar, place a censer in the center before an image of the goddess. Have a 12-inch or so round mirror there as well. Ring the altar with 9 white candles, burn protective incense such as sandalwood, frankincense, copal, or rosemary in the censer. Beginning with the candle most directly before the goddess image, say these or similar words. Lunar light, protect me. Repeat as you light each candle until they are all glowing. Now hold your mirror, invoke the goddess in her lunar aspect with these or similar words. Great goddess of the lunar light and mistress of the seas, great goddess of the mystic night and of the mysteries, within this place of candles bright and with your mirror high, protect me with your awesome might. while ill vibrations fly. Standing before the altar, hold the mirror facing the candle so that it reflects their flames. Keeping the mirror toward the candles, move slowly clockwise around the altar, watching the reflected firelight bouncing off your surroundings. Gradually increase your speed, mentally invoking the goddess to protect you. Move faster and faster. Watch the light shattering the air, cleansing it, burning away all negativity and all lines which the ill energies have traveled into your home. Charge your home with the protective light of the goddess. Race around the candles until you felt the atmosphere change, until you feel that your home has been cleansed and guarded by the great goddess. When finished, stand once again before the image. Thank the goddess in any words you wish. What you feel. Damn it. Sorry. When finished, stand once again before the image. Thank the goddess in any words you wish. Pinch out the candles one by one. So a good way to pinch out candles is to get your 2 fingers wet so they're spit, and then put out the candle. Then your hands, you won't get a burn, but you'll get a little wax on your finger. Just flick it off. It doesn't hurt if you have water on your fingers, if you have big spit on your fingers. Pinch out the candles one by one, bind them together with white cord, and store them in a safe place until and if you need to use them again for the safe purpose. So that's what we get on mirrors out of Scott Cunningham's basic introduction to Wicca. I just pinch then without spit. That's okay too. You can totally do that. I like to pinch with spit. Also, because when you pinch with spit, it gives a little bit of a crackle and a fly to the candle. And then Mario says, and then there's me with a disastrous love life. Oh, honey, what's going on? I thought you were fine. Skype me and tell me what's going on. I want to know, Mario, what's going on. I don't do love workings, but I'll do something for you if I can. If I can, Mario, I want to do something for you, sweetie. Because I remember what we were talking about a couple months ago. These are my motherly eyes, okay? Alright, y'all, so we'll come back and do another mirror magic in probably tomorrow, finish up mirror magic. And then I still need to do a Patreon video today, so I have to run. And it was so good to see y'all. And if you do want to see these exclusive Patreon videos, when you join, you get to see all of them. So if you can't join until next month or the month after, you get 60 videos. I try my hardest to put out 1 video a day. Yesterday I put out 2. And the videos you get on Patreon are like my workings, you know, more private atmosphere. I know anyone can join, but at the same time, it's like we do have a lot less people. Happy birthday, darling. It's so nice to see you. Oh, I love birthdays. I love birthdays. These days I love birthdays. Now that I have you guys. Alright, I'm going to run. I have to eat some dinner and do some Patreon videos. So I hope that I see some more of you on Patreon. I want to thank my patrons again. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to say thank you to all these people. Say thank you to Kitties, who's at the butterfly level. Misty, who's at the butterfly level. Jen the Moon Witch, who's at the butterfly level. Mermaid Sea Witch, who's here and is at the vampire bat level. Remy, vampire. Raven Song, vampire bat. Jackie T is a squirrel. B. Young is a vampire bat. Tracy Bavarsky is a butterfly. Rachel Jane Conway is a butterfly. April Gunther, or Spirit Moon, is a vampire bat. Tess Moore is an alligator at $15 a month. Mary Wing is $40 a month at Mallard level. Lame Soryu is $5 a month at the vampire bat level. Bossaday, or I Kill Sunflower, is a butterfly. Jenna Miller is a $10 squirrel. Ricky Bunce is a butterfly. And my longtime subscribers, I have to thank Emily Purple Sky Witchcraft, Magical Mandy Punky Doodle, Deborah B, Nina Bobina, and Lady Blue Carter, who have been on my Patreon since the beginning. So I appreciate you guys all so much, and for as little as $1 a month at the butterfly level, you can get my Patreon only videos. So I hope to see you guys soon, and Uncle Badger, I'll talk to you later, and all my love to you guys. Goodbye.